I own a lot of tech and have tried even more things than I own. And to me, nothing has been as effective as this little device. So this is called a PoNS, which stands for a portable neuromodulation system. And this is sort of like next generation of where we can go with neuroplasticity. So it's comprised of two pieces. So this is the controller, and then this is a mouthpiece. And the mouthpiece is pretty cool because the little electrodes, or whatever they're going to call them, on the mouthpiece are made from nickel and gold, so fancy. You plug the mouthpiece into the controller, and then the way it works is you kind of turn it on, and then it usually has like info buttons and says, I've completed 0 minutes of PoNS training today, and it will keep track, and each session is like 20 minutes. You're gonna put this around your head so it can just be held on, and then you're gonna put this in your mouth, which is kind of weird. So it's like so. So PoNS is designed for people who have mild to moderate gait problems, which is walking problems, or balance problems. And the way it works is the little electrodes go through your tongue. Your tongue is controlled by cranial nerves. And then it goes from there to your brainstem, which is a very, very primitive part of your brain, to your cerebellum, which organizes all movement. So from there, it's going to go up these different tracks in your brain to parts of your brain that control movement, like the motor cortex. Now, if I'm doing my exercise, I know that this is a very big commitment. It's 14 weeks, 100 minutes a day, 6 days a week. And the 100 minutes are divided into 20-minute chunks. So I would do a chunk of exercise that would be specifically balance exercises, that I would do 20 minutes of balance exercises. A lot of mine I did were gait exercises. People can also do mobility exercises and like warm-ups and breathing and all sorts of things. But really the focus is going to be on balance and gait exercises. When you're doing those exercises with this in your mouth, which feels, it's like a little tingly, it feels almost like if you were drinking sparkling water or champagne bubbles, and you can adjust whether it's like kind of a light bubbling sensation or a more intense bubbling sensation, and this degree of sensation doesn't like actually impact how well this works. What it's doing is it's telling your brainstem and these primitive parts of your brain to pay attention to the movement that you're doing, and you're going to try to do really good movement. So one of my things I just did a ton of was like just kind of stepping behavior, not necessarily even taking a step yet, but doing the, okay, I'm going to go into taking a step and back, take a step and back. I would do balance stuff where I would watch like a ball that had numbers on it, because my visual balance is like a little So I would literally sit there and watch something like that, but all the time while having this thing in my mouth. And so if you think about it as our movement becomes challenging because we have a loss of myelin somewhere, which is basically like a roadblock, then we're going to think of this as like a GPS that is sending out a signal that's like, we can't get there from there, so we're going to try to find new pathways. So first it tries to find new pathways, and then it strengthens those pathways. And it is very hard to do 100 minutes of exercise 6 days a week in the beginning, but I have to say that once you start experiencing changes, then it becomes very motivating to keep going with it. One of my first things that I noticed was that I stopped dipping into my right hip when I was walking and standing, which made it easier for my left foot to clear the floor. Probably the biggest thing for me is that I was able to lift the outer 4 toes of my left foot, which I had not been able to do for 10 years. So there were things that were improving. I would say by the time I had finished it, I probably rewound about 10 years of disability that I had. Now, I will say that, and this is like a biggie, that it did not affect my spasticity in a way that made that not a problem. So I had, done a really, had really, really great results. Then I had COVID. And as we know, when we get sick, we, kind of all fall apart. And so my walking was like crappy again. But it did come back to sort of where I had gotten it with the PoNS. And you can do another series of it. They're working really hard to get it covered by insurance. It's a really new kind of technology. So getting it covered by insurance, I think, is like first the biggie. And getting physical therapists trained on how to use it is like the next thing. And then getting it into the world of patients is next. But if it's something that you can, be on the lookout for, and if it's something you can get, to me, it is worth the time, because it's really going to take whatever exercise you're doing, and it just sort of like turns the dial way up on the effectiveness of it by directly speaking to your brain while you're doing the thing that you're doing.